Hi, this is Caleb, and today I'd like to talk to you about Mormons. And I'll tell you a story. I became a Christian in September of 2011, and in April of 2012 I started to hear angels sing, and it sounds like a heavenly host, and it's in a foreign tongue, so I can't understand what they're saying. But I've had dreams where I can understand what they're saying. In one dream I heard an angel sing, "The Lord is Messiah." And in another dream I heard angels singing, "Christ died for man, and he shall reign forever." So this happened when I started getting the dreams about the angels was in July of 2012. And about that same time, I think it was July of 2012, I ran into some Mormons, and they wanted to tell me about what they believed. And for curiosity, I was interested in hearing what they believed, not really wanting to convert, just to learn what they believed. So I met up with a couple Mormons about 6 times, and each session we talked for maybe an hour, possibly 2 hours. And on top of that, I did some research on my own about what Mormons believed. And before I go into some of the things they believe, the Mormons I met were pretty nice people. They appeared, they had good manners and were very patient. Uh, they exhibit a lot of good morals. I was impressed by that. But from talking to them and doing some research, there were some things I was concerned about. The first thing is they believe that God was once a man, and the problem is God is eternal. He's always been what he is, and he always will be what he is. Another issue that came up is they do not believe Jesus is worthy of worship. But I heard the angel saying, "The Lord is Messiah." So if even the angels praise Jesus, then should we not? Another issue that came up is that they believe that the Bible is worth reading, but they believe it's flawed. It has errors. But they believe the Book of Mormon has no errors. So if there's any contradictions between the Bible and the Book of Mormon, you are to trust the Book of Mormon over the Bible. So all these things I disagreed with. But despite all this, I, at the time, believed they were saved, or at least I wanted to believe that they were saved despite all these issues that came up. And sometime early in 2013, I was just browsing through YouTube, and I saw all these videos of Mormon missionaries getting their letter of where they're going, and they're reading it with their family and friends, and they were all excited. And good amount of them were just staying in the U.S. and preaching in different cities in the U.S. or Mexico. A few of them went to Europe, and a few of them went to Asia, and a whole lot of them were going to South America for some reason, possibly because they believe that the prophets came from Israel to Americas. So that in a way, it makes sense for a lot of missionaries to go to South America because that's part of the Americas anyway, and so uh, it just kind of makes sense. And I must have watched 20 or to 30 of these videos, and there was a part of me that was actually happy for these people, because I saw them opening the letter and they were getting all happy, and their friends were happy for them, and it kind of rubbed off on me. And like, oh, that's kind of great, they're doing something with their life. Wasn't too long after that I had this dream, and I was told in this dream that I was in Utah, and I saw this large white misty mass, and in this dream, out of the mass I heard, these people reject me. And then I was able to feel what the person or the being, God, felt from the Mormons. And I felt anger. I could feel the anger that God had towards these Mormons or the people in Utah for rejecting them. And then I said, well, should I go to Utah maybe to let people know the truth? And I was told that people had already gone to Utah to warn these people that they reject God. And then I woke up. Oh, before that, they reject God, but they still have time to change. So I woke up and I started to think, well, what are the people in Utah made up of? They're made up of Mormons. So if the Mormons aren't saved, then the Book of Mormon isn't saving them either. So they're reading this book in vain. So I would encourage any Mormons to not don't ask God if the Book of Mormon is true. Ask Jesus Christ to reveal his true self to you. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide you. And after you do this, start reading the Bible. Read the New Testament first. That's our covenant. And when you read the New Testament, if you had read the Book of Mormon and all the other two documents, the Doctrine of Covenants, if you compare that all that stuff to the New Testament, you're going to find contradictions. If you really study it, you're going to find contradictions between the New Testament and all the other Mormon literature. And then you're going to have questions, and you can say, well, the Mormons or the Book of Mormon trumps the Bible. But before you do that, once again, I urge you, pray to Jesus Christ. Ask him to reveal his true self to you. And thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps.